Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Matty Castile, Associate Professor of Medicine at UMass Medical School, Commissioner of Health and Human Services for the City of Worcester, and the 2019 recipient of the Chancellor's Medal for Distinguished Service, carrying the University Mace and leading our procession. Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Massachusetts Medical School, classes of 2021, let's first welcome the graduates of the Graduate School of Nursing. The graduates of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences. The graduates of the School of Medicine. led by Faculty Marshals Dr. Sonia Kimienti and Rachel Richards. Please welcome the faculty of the University of Massachusetts Medical School. And finally, please welcome the distinguished members of the Platform Party, including the leadership of UMass Medical School and our esteemed honorees. Please join me in welcoming our Chancellor, Dr. Michael F. Collins, who will formally open today's proceedings. Chancellor Collins.
Greetings all. It's my distinct privilege to hereby declare the 48th annual commencement exercises of the University of Massachusetts Medical School officially open. I'd ask the audience to please rise for the singing of the national anthem, which will be performed by School of Medicine graduate Cole Martins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars, and through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Cole. You may be seated. I am pleased to be the first to officially salute the UMass Medical School classes of 2021. Congratulations to each and every one of you on this special day. On behalf of all of us at the University of Massachusetts Medical School campus, let me welcome members of our graduates' families and their friends who join us for our ceremony today. We know that you share in our pride as we celebrate the many accomplishments of our graduates. Graduates in the classes of 2021 are known for their outstanding academic accomplishments, as well as their extraordinary commitment to reaching beyond the borders of the campus to work with and to help others. We applaud you as you prepare to take your rightful place in our city, our Commonwealth, our nation, and our world as graduates of Massachusetts' great public medical school. You have achieved your success in large part to the support of your family and friends. Today's celebration is for them as well. I'd ask you now to please rise and join me in thanking your families and friends with a hearty round of applause. It's important to recognize those who cannot be with us today because they were called to duty as members of the United States Armed Forces, serving our country around the world. It's their selfless service to our nation and their commitment to preserve our freedom that enables us all to be here today. Our thoughts and prayers are with them and with the members of their families. We convey our gratitude to the first responders of Worcester and beyond, who put themselves and very often their lives on the line in service to their community and others. 2 days ago, Officer Manny Familia jumped into a local pond to search for an adolescent boy who was missing underwater. Tragically, both Officer Familia and the 14-year-old boy, Troy Love, lost their lives. In a true act of heroism, Officer Familia gave up his life in the hopes of protecting another. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their grieving families, as well as the Worcester Police Department. I would ask all attendees here today to join me in a moment of silence in honor of Officer Familia and the young boy. Thank you. Today, we're pleased to be joined by a proud alumna of UMass Medical School and a current member of the UMass Board of Trustees, Dr. Chioma Okwara. I now invite Trustee Okwara to the lectern to bring greetings on behalf of the UMass Board of Trustees. Trustee Okwara.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to extend to you, the members of the classes of 2021, the greetings and congratulations on behalf of the University of Massachusetts Board of Trustees. As a proud graduate of UMass Medical School, I am delighted and honored to take part in today's celebration. The Board of Trustees oversees the operations of 5 campuses in the UMass system. There are 22 board members, 17 are appointed by the governor. One student trustee is elected from each campus. So students, you have a strong voice on the board. Additionally, 11 of the 17 appointed are UMass graduates, and a number of trustees have children attending the university. I offer these facts to make a point. You have a board of trustees that deeply cares about the university and about this medical school, because we are all UMass. From the jubilation you felt when you accepted this great university, to the most challenging days of the pandemic, to this momentous day, you're realizing a dream, and you have worked hard to get here. I share in your joy and excitement, and I remember my own feeling on commencement day. Thanks to outstanding leaders like President Meehan, Chancellor Collins, your dedicated faculty and caring staff, your tremendous strength, and to your family and friends, you're about to complete an academic journey at a world-class medical school where the development of accomplished and compassionate healers is the mission. Never has our society been more keenly aware of the gifts that scientists, nurses, and physicians share with our community. Whether you are graduating today to pursue a career in science, a career in nursing, or a career in medicine, we know that you are not just ready, but you are eager. You are eager to take your passion and your talent forward to assist the Commonwealth, the nation, and the world. Please know that your success and achievements are greatly gratifying to us, to all of us who have the honor of serving as trustees. So, on behalf of Chair Manning, the UMass Board of Trustees, I commend you. We believe in the transformative power of public education. I am a testament to that myself, and we believe in the University of Massachusetts, and so we believe in every one of you. You are ready, and the world needs you. Congratulations, stay safe, and stay connected to UMass. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Aquara, for representing our board at today's ceremony and for representing the interests of the medical school on the university's Board of Trustees. The 5-campus University of Massachusetts system, one of the largest and most impactful organizations in the Commonwealth, is ably led by President Marty Meehan, the first alumni of the university to serve as president. The only role that takes precedence and priority over his presidency of UMass is that of being a father. He is celebrating his son's high school graduation at this very moment, but he wanted to send along congratulations to our graduates. Please turn your attention to the screen for the President's recorded remarks.
Chancellor Collins, Trustee O'Cara, faculty, staff, alumni, parents, friends, and most importantly, the UMass Medical School class of 2021. I am honored to have this opportunity to celebrate with you, even if it is from a distance. To members of this historic graduating class of doctors, nurses, and scientists, congratulations. You have reached an important milestone, though you may not have imagined traveling this exact road to reach your destination. So on this momentous day, be proud of all that you've accomplished, and be proud of your university and our medical school. Take pride in your hard-earned degrees, and be proud of stepping forward from the start of this pandemic to help individuals and communities recover. Because I can assure you that we are all proud of you. And please, take a moment to thank the faculty who taught and mentored you and inspired you, and the staff who has supported you throughout your journey. Thanks to the testing, the research, the vaccines, the PPE, and the disciplined steps we have all taken to defeat this virus, we can sense a reawakening. Now, we begin again, in no small measure, due to the brilliance and resilience of students, faculty, and staff of the UMass Medical School and across the entire University of Massachusetts. There has been a spirit familiar to those of us who have ever attended, taught, discovered, or worked at this university. It is a can-do attitude that has come to define the University of Massachusetts for generations and surely defines the graduates of the Commonwealth Medical School. It is a spirit fueled by ingenuity and an unyielding commitment to excellence, a truly revolutionary spirit. This is a university that is committed to fairness and justice and stands in solidarity with Black and Brown Americans, the Asian American and Pacific Islander community, and all communities of color in the pursuit of actively anti-racist and equitable society for all. And I know that these values are cherished here at the medical school and will be values that today's graduates will take with them to the hospitals, laboratories, and wherever else healing is needed. As my dear friend and former congressional colleague John Lewis often said, we live in the same house. And I quote, call it an American house, call it a world house. We all live in the same house. I believe we are at the threshold of a better place, but we will need you, equipped with your knowledge, to help all of us cross that threshold. Again, the words of the late John Lewis. Let's stay together and never give up, never give in, keep the faith. Thank you and congratulations.
The educational experience we provide to our medical and nursing students relies upon the commitment of dedicated faculty at the clinical teaching affiliates that are entrusted to offer our aspiring caregivers excellent, equitable, and engaging learning opportunities on the wards, in clinics, and in other care settings. Today's ceremony will mark an important milestone for the UMass Bay State Regional Campus and our partnership with Bay State Health as the inaugural student cohort to enroll in the UMass's Bay State's population-based urban and rural community health program will graduate today. The Perch Track and UMass Bay State Regional Campus have been wonderful successes thanks to strong leadership and steady collaboration. We're so pleased to be joined on stage by Dr. Mark Kerouac, President and CEO of Bay State Health, and Dr. Andy Artenstein, Chief Physician Executive and Chief Academic Officer of Bay State Health and Regional Executive Dean of the UMass Bay State Regional Campus. Thank you both for your presence here today and commitment to the UMass Bay State Health Partnership. Thank you both. Lastly, the heart and soul of any academic institution can be found within the faculty's ranks. Our faculty in the School of Medicine, Graduate School of Nursing, and Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences are tremendous stewards of your educations and help to shepherd you along your academic journeys. Please join me in conveying thanks and gratitude to the more than 100 incredible faculty members who join us today. Thank you.
Our university bestows honorary degrees upon select individuals whose accomplishments clearly represent the values this institution holds dear. Today, we present honorary degrees to Michael P. Angelini, Esquire, Henry M. Thomas III, J.D., and Diane M. Casey Riccio, Ph.D. Chancellor Collins will confer the honors. Chancellor Collins, I have the honor to present to you for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, Michael P. Angelini.
Celebrated lawyer and leader of the legal profession, tireless volunteer and advocate for the Worcester community, troubleshooter and problem solver in business and law, and pillar of the region you have served for decades. Michael P. Angelini, the University of Massachusetts Medical School, welcomes you on this, our 48th Commencement Day. You've been described as a quiet leader that makes things happen, and you've made an indelible mark on meaningful developments affecting business law, as well as the trajectory and vitality of Greater Worcester. As a virtuoso trial lawyer and business advisor, you rose through the ranks and were appointed in 1997 as the first chairman of one of Worcester's preeminent law firms, Bowditch. You have advanced the legal profession by founding the Worcester County Bar Foundation and by serving as a member of the Judicial Nominating Committee of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, as a special prosecutor for the Massachusetts Commission on Judicial Conduct, and as a member of the Criminal Justice Act Board for the Federal District of Massachusetts. Your commitment to the broader community has been recognized by your twice receiving the prestigious Massachusetts Bar Association's Community Service Award. Now, while your impact is reflected across a wide sphere, you have made a lasting difference close to home. One local CEO told the Telegram and Gazette, "There's almost nothing that goes on in this town that Mike isn't part of." In this vein, you have dedicated substantial time and talent, service on numerous civic and corporate boards, including as chair of the Massachusetts Port Authority, the Hanover Insurance Group, the Worcester Foundation for Biomedical Research, the United Way of Central Massachusetts, and the Greater Worcester Community Foundation, and as members of the boards of the Massachusetts Turnpike Authority, the former University of Massachusetts Medical Center Foundation, the Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce, Clark University, and various financial institutions, including Commerce Bank and Trust Company. You continue building your legacy as chair-elect of the Buzzards Bay Coalition, an environmental organization dedicated to the protection of Buzzard Bay and its watershed. You have been a champion of UMass Medical School from its infancy, and through your involvement, you have contributed to its lasting global impact and success. Named in 2018 as a Power Player by Worcester Business Journal, you've advised up-and-coming leaders, jump in. There are no barriers to participation in Worcester, and there are a multitude of opportunities. All of us are important, and everything each one of us can do can make a difference. That all may know of our respect for your leadership and the enduring impact you have made in the Greater Worcester community, the University of Massachusetts Medical School confers upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Great. Thank you very much.
And okay, here we go. Picture. All right, great picture. Hold on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Congratulations. Yes.
Thank you.
Chancellor Collins, I have the honor to present to you for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, Henry M. Thomas III.
Dedicated university steward, trusted public servant, ardent advocate for equality in public education, and champion of underserved youth. Henry M. Thomas III, J.D., the University of Massachusetts Medical School welcomes you on this, our 48th Commencement Day. A proud son of Springfield and a principled civic leader, your concern for humanity extends to all corners of society, and indeed, the world. Your influence, rooted firmly in your beloved hometown, spreads far beyond Springfield and can be poignantly felt in the small central Massachusetts town of North Brookfield, where for 40 years you have led the oldest African-American overnight youth camp in the United States. And thanks to your service to the National Urban League of New York as Vice President for Youth Development, the implications of your work ultimately have been national in scope. The course for your enduring sojourn with the Urban League of Springfield, where you continue to serve as President and Chief Executive Officer, was set nearly 5 decades ago when in 1974, at age 25, you became the nation's youngest appointed leader of a National Urban League affiliate. Leveraging the leadership and team-building skills learned during your celebrated athletic career, you took the helm of an essential community-based organization, and similar to your days when you were playing running back, you hit the ground running and have relentlessly moved the ball of justice forward, scoring wins for access, opportunity, dignity, and equity. Equally impactful has been your remarkable 13-year tenure on the University of Massachusetts Board of Trustees, including 5 years as board chair. You were known and lauded as an engaged, thoughtful, sincere, and influential trustee, wholly committed to promoting, protecting, and preserving the special public mission of the University of Massachusetts on behalf of its students and families. We at the medical school are particularly grateful for your steadfast dedication to ensuring that the University of Massachusetts provides a transformational experience for all of its learners and serves as a transformational force for good in all regions of our state. You demonstrated and advanced this deeply held belief when you supported the medical school's partnership with Bay State Health in Springfield to establish our first ever regional campus focused on strengthening our primary care mission and improving the health and well-being of Western Massachusetts' medically underserved rural and urban communities. Today, we celebrate and bear witness to the first graduates of our School of Medicine's population-based urban and rural community health track to benefit from this special partnership and the fruits of your work during your chairmanship of our Board of Trustees. You have forged ideals of educational equity into action, founding and serving as past chairman of the New Leadership Council of Charter School in Springfield, and establishing and co-chairing Step Up Springfield. Your work on local, state, and national boards advocating for youth development is imbued by your conviction that all students deserve high-quality education. That all may know of our great respect for your extraordinary record of civic engagement, community volunteerism, and statewide service, and for your leadership and deep abiding commitment to higher education in the Commonwealth. The University of Massachusetts Medical School confers upon you the Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're going to just take some pictures.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Chancellor Collins, I now have the honor to present to you for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, Dan and Diane Riccio.
Massachusetts born and raised, UMass educated and inspired. Philanthropic investors in the promise of biomedical research to improve the lives of those with neurodegenerative diseases, and this institution's most generous alumni supporters. Dan Riccio and Diane Riccio, the University of Massachusetts Medical School welcomes you on this, our 48th commencement day. Dan, you earned your undergraduate degree in mechanical engineering in 1986 from UMass Amherst. Your experiences at the flagship campus instilled in you tangible professional skills and intangible personal attributes that prepared you for a wonderful journey ahead. Upon graduation, you traded the apple orchards of the Pioneer Valley for the Apple campus in Silicon Valley. For nearly a quarter century, working in senior leadership positions at one of the world's most recognizable and revolutionary companies, you have been at the vanguard of innovation and at the forefront of progress, tapping into your deep reservoirs of tenacity, creativity, intellect, and vision. You have been instrumental in making the what if into the must have and translating aspirational dreams into astounding devices that have fundamentally and forever changed the mode, manner, and mechanics of learning, working, communicating, and connecting. You see, your story is a quintessential UMass story and speaks to the transformational power of a UMass education. Diane, your educational journey brought you to the heart of New England to pursue your doctoral degree in biomedical sciences at our medical school. Studying cell motility, you successfully completed your doctorate from our Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences in 2003. Your experiences as a graduate student and working in the lab of Professor George Whitman, whom you regarded as a great mentor and advisor and a tremendous role model, were rich and rewarding and instilled in you a deep and abiding appreciation for our medical school. Buoyed by this firsthand knowledge of lab-based research, building on your more recent efforts to raise critical funds for dementia care, support, and research, you hold a special appreciation for the passion, the purpose, and the palpable sense of possibility that progress emanates from, especially from our research community. Dan and Diane, your shared appreciation for and connection to the University of Massachusetts has shaped your portfolio of philanthropy. It is the reason why you have selflessly contributed more to our medical school than any other alumni in our history. You have supported the work of Robert H. Brown, the Leo P. and Teresa M. LaChance Chair in Medical Research, Professor of Neurology, and his team with not one, but 2 leadership gifts to the UMass ALS Salucci Fund focused on advancing ALS research. Thereafter, you launched the Dan and Diane Riccio Fund for Neuroscience to support investigation, collaboration, and innovation in the neurosciences throughout our institution, and to begin a seed grant program that invests in our faculty's most avant-garde research ideas. Together, Dan and Diane, you truly understand the impact of philanthropy on advancing research. You understand that that will improve the quality of life for people with neurodegenerative diseases. Your generosity is unparalleled. And as an institution, we feel privileged to be the beneficiaries of your incredible and inspiring support. That all may know of your commitment to the betterment of the human condition and the human connection, and our gratitude for your confidence and support. The University of Massachusetts Medical School confers upon you the degrees of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations. And we're going to share this. Take a picture. There we go. Thank you. Congratulations. Nursing, science, and medicine at its best That's what our graduates represent. We join today to celebrate their many accomplishments. It's a real privilege for the 14th time to welcome the family, friends, and graduates of the 3 schools of our institution to a commencement celebration. A ceremony with some parts solemn and all parts joyous. Today, we gather and peer into the future of the health professions. You know, it wasn't that long ago, though it might seem like forever to some of you, that you came to Worcester to embark upon the next leg of your professional journey. Nervous anticipation accompanied the confidence that your accomplishments merited. While there was great hope in your expectations of what the future would behold, in full honesty, few could have predicted what was yet to unfold. Oh, there were tests and practicums. There were clinical rotations and complex scientific experiments. And there were community and global experiences. There were long days and longer nights. There was personal growth and professional challenge. And there were moments to forget, but more memories that will stay with you over the course of your lives. Today, all of you are bound by an unmistakable realization that you have been changed by your time at this medical school and by once unimaginable challenges. Throughout our time together, you have been guided by a mission to change the course of history of disease. This past year, a disease has changed the course of history and your academic journeys. On your first days, I encouraged you to hold the hands of your patients and colleagues with esteem. 1 year ago, we isolated to protect ourselves and others. We covered our smiles with masks, our hearts with gowns, and our hands with gloves. By staying apart, all at our institution stood together. By staying together, we stood apart. Through simple acts of kindness, you exemplified what is best about the healing professions. You cared for those most in need. You delivered food to those who were hungry. You served on wards, in tents, in arenas, in conference centers, and at your neighbors' doors to assure that the tenets of our professions would shine forth. You made hand sanitizer when none could be purchased. You searched for masks when none could be found. You created apps that became essential public health tools. You volunteered to administer vaccines to those most in need of science's protection and human connection. You cared when caring seemed absent. In moments when science, nursing, and medical care were most needed, you came together to participate in the discoveries that brought forth new treatments, new therapeutics, and new vaccines. In moments that created stories that will make your families proud, your selfless acts dispelled selfishness and displayed self-sacrifice. Brighter dawns now signal a new season that's upon us. As we emerge into it, carry forth into your careers the hard-earned wisdom of recent days. Revel and appreciate the pace and wonder of science that before our eyes improves and brings hope to the human condition. Never forget that ours is a global world, and recognize that success against the virus at home should be of little solace when the same virus ravishes our neighbors from different lands. With an emboldened wisdom, let us promote the human dignity of every citizen of the world, for that is our true calling. In this moment, let us literally and figuratively close any distance between us. Let us reinforce the essential elements of compassionate and humanistic medicine. Have confidence that your toil in the lab, on the ward, and at your patient's bedside can change the course of history of disease for each person, whatever their condition and wherever they may be. In your bright future, you will recount to your children and grandchildren memories of this time. When you do, with humility, recall the grief, the heavy burden, the ways in which every hour of our days was changed. Also recall how in every hour of every day, good people came together in spirit to support one another. Recall how you saw nurses and physicians rise to the challenges before them. Recall how scientists used their intellect and ingenuity to confront a microscopic foe. Together, learning, caring, innovating, collaborating, sacrificing, discovering. Nurses, scientists, and doctors, all improving with each passing day to offer all that they could to a world in need. Throughout your careers, never let the mask, gown, or gloves come between you and those for whom it will be your privilege to care. And there will be moments when all therapeutic options for your patients have been exhausted. In those moments, please remember that the greatest privilege of your career may be the time you will spend holding the hand of your patient. These will be moments that comfort those for whom you care and sustain each of you in your chosen profession. Please know of the privilege it has been for all who have been the stewards of your education to see you grow and prosper as our future colleagues. Each of us has taken an oath to educate those who shall come behind us in our professions. This is a sacred obligation to which now we welcome you to join us in fulfilling. Remember always, seek comfort and connection in the hands of your family and friends, for they will sustain you throughout your years of service. Always extend your hand to a colleague, for ours are caring professions. Most importantly, always hold the hands of your patient with esteem. The experiences you will encounter and the decisions that you will make in the days and years ahead shall be with you for a lifetime. During the trying and triumphant moments of your career, please know of the enduring pride that the University of Massachusetts Medical School shall have in calling you one of our own. You are scientists, nurses, and doctors at their best. Congratulations and Godspeed along your professional journey. We have now come to a most important part of our ceremony, the conferral of degrees to graduates from the University of Massachusetts Medical School. It's my pleasure to invite Dr. Joan Vitello, Dean of the Graduate School of Nursing, to the lectern. Dr. Vitello.
Good afternoon. It is truly my great honor to introduce the Graduate School of Nursing's class speaker, soon to be Dr. Heather Marissa Lovelace. So let me quickly tell you a little bit about Heather. She traveled from California to come to our graduate entry pathway in 2017. She became a registered nurse in 2018 and today is getting her Doctor of Nursing practice as a family nurse practitioner in orthopedic nursing. Please join me in welcoming Heather Marissa Lovelace. Heather.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Heather Lovelace, and I'm a family nurse practitioner working in orthopedics. I'm incredibly grateful, proud, and humble to be with each of you today. I want to take a moment to thank each of the faculty members from the Graduate School of Nursing, School of Medicine, and School of Biomedical Sciences for their tireless efforts over the last 4 years. Thank you to all of our friends and family who have been inextricable pillars along this arduous journey for each of us. No success in this world is done alone, so we all have a reason to celebrate together. Delayed gratification is a learned skill, and every graduate here today has been practicing this for some time. In many ways, it is muscle memory because there are so many calculated and repeated procedures to reach any terminal degree. The moment I received the phone call from Diane extending the acceptance to the Graduate School of Nursing, I was in my local locker room in McKinleyville, California. I answered nervously, and she kindly informed me I'd been admitted to the graduating class of 2021 in the Graduate Entry Pathway Program. For those in the audience who are unfamiliar with what this is, it is an accelerated doctoral program where individuals with a bachelor's degree in another field become doctors of nursing practice, or DNPs, in their chosen specialty, or a PhD nurse scientist in a matter of 4 years. After that phone call, I was still smiling with gratitude and relief. My colleagues here today have their own story of what this acceptance and education has meant to them. Flash forward to actually surviving graduate school. In general, it is no easy feat. But graduate school for the health professions and research scientists takes on a new form because the diseases, the treatments, and the medications we learn along the way directly impact the lives of the patients we intend to serve. Everything matters. This reality is terrifying, yet we were given the opportunity and responsibility to help and heal. Healthcare is meaningful work. It is a special place to be. I would predict most graduates on this stage here today have the personality traits to make them desire more and aim to be their best. With these beneficial traits, anxiety and fear can almost always weave in. Fear has been a ubiquitous word uttered and percolated around the world over the last 16 months. Fear is pervasive and limiting. Dr. Pippa Grange, a sports psychologist and culture coach who works with elite athletes and business teams internationally, delves into this in her book, Fearing Less: How to Win at Life Without Losing Yourself. The goal is not to be fearless, but to fear less. With every research study, simulation, or exam, there are questions of what this will be like. Did I do enough? Am I good enough for this? The interesting aspect of all of these doubts, uncertainties, and fears along the path to this day is that we have all overcome them to reach the end of our time here at UMass Med. So to answer this question of are you ready for this profession, or are you enough, is yes. In life, it is very easy to win shallowly. What I mean is to achieve and then move on to the next patient visit, the next publication, or even the next degree. But it is imperative to take the time to appreciate all your work in order to truly feel how far you have come. So today, embrace this moment. Today is a deep win, and I hope you all feel it. You have navigated the struggle, the long nights, the tears, and the grit it takes to hold a terminal degree in the health sciences. Know that today you are here, and there is hope for the future of health in this world. To the class of 2021, we are a team in the pursuit of better health for all we serve. I leave you all today with a thank you, a socially distant hug, and a simple mantra to breathe in love and breathe out fear. Thank you.
Chancellor Collins, I have the honor to present the candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the Master of Science, the Postgraduate Certificate, the Doctor of Nursing Practice, and the Doctor of Philosophy degrees in nursing.
Will the candidates please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon each of you the degree recommended by the faculty of the Graduate School of Nursing. In accordance with usual custom, you as individuals are entitled to all the rights and privileges which pertain to these degrees here
and elsewhere. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our Graduate School of Nursing's 2021 graduates. The academic hoods that you will soon adorn are replete with symbolism. The hoods serve as visual representations of your academic achievement and the graduate degrees you have successfully earned. Most importantly, your hoods signify the culmination of your graduate studies and your transition from student to colleague. I would ask all the graduates in the Graduate School of Nursing to stand and, in the presence of all who are gathered here today, don your academic hoods. Okay, it looks like you all have them on. We welcome you to the nursing profession as our newest colleagues. Please be seated. I now ask Dr. James Fain and Dr. Ann Larkin to please come forward for the awarding of the Master of Science, the postgraduate certificates, the Doctor of Nursing Practice, and the Doctor of Philosophy degrees in nursing.
Will the Graduate School of Nursing faculty please stand for the awarding of the master's degrees and graduate certificates? Master of Science degrees are awarded to Sarah Fixon Owu, Megan Tracy Ryan, Raquel Tabatin, and our postgraduate certificate is awarded to Beth Harden. Will the Graduate School of Nursing's faculty please stand for the awarding of the Doctor of Nursing Practice degrees? Dr. Rachel Arkad. Dr. Hadalu Bar. Dr. Caitlin Bast. Dr. Emily Hudson Brown. Dr. Brittany Lee Carney. Dr. Abby Lee Corsini. Dr. Kelly Joanne Cutting. Dr. Emily Zotter. Dr. Henry Ellis. Dr. James Philip Ennis. Dr. Megan Esposito. Dr. Jessica Ferreira. Dr. Claire Catherine Foley. Dr. Amy Franklin. Dr. Catherine Pugnair Jones. Dr. Alicia Lico. Dr. Heather Marissa Lovelace. Dr. Hannah Mills. Dr. Yasinka Jennifer Manzan Cabrera. Dr. Ji Soo Moon. Dr. Eveline Louise Joraji. Dr. Miriam Rose Okiro. Dr. Marissa Parand. Dr. Stefania Maglia Peralta. Dr. Jessica Pitts. Dr. Jessica Planamento. Dr. Joseph Prendergast. Dr. Paige Allison Roscoe. Dr. Tanisha Stowers Ross. Dr. Costin Lee Schick. Dr. Olivia Ann Slezik. Dr. Sapal Suk. Dr. Dana Stahl. Dr. Anastasia Zarelis. Dr. Jennifer Bars Traquetta. Dr. Rebecca Lynn Webb. Dr. Meredith Francis Welch. Dr. Andrew Dalton Wilkes. Dr. Alexandra Young. Will our Graduate School of Nursing's Doctor of Philosophy degree faculty please stand when their mentor's name is called? Doctor of Philosophy degrees in nursing are awarded to Dr. Jennifer Berube. Mentor, Dr. Nancy Morris, dissertation titled New Graduate Nurses' Perception of the Impact of Dedicated Units on Transition to Practice, a Descriptive Study. Dr. Melissa Dunn. Mentor, Dr. Donna Perry. Dissertation title, Childhood Asthma, Contextual Influences Affecting Family Management.
Will all the graduates of the Graduate School of Nursing please rise and be recognized? It is now my privilege to invite Dr. Mary Ellen Lane, Dean of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences, to the lectern. Dean Lane.
Thank you, Chancellor. It's an honor for me today to introduce our speaker, Dr. Sumit Nayak. Sumit comes to us from India. He has been recognized for his outstanding dissertation work, providing new understanding and potential new treatments for certain cancers. Throughout his time at UMass Medical School, Sumit has been a leader in the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences and an ambassador and STEM outreach advocate in the community. Since completing his studies, he has continued to share his gifts with the Commonwealth, working at KSQ Therapeutics in Cambridge as a scientist. Sumit, we await your words of wisdom and inspiration.
Thank you, Dean Lane, for that kind introduction. A very warm namaste, UMass. Good afternoon to the deans of all three schools, respected Chancellor Collins, honorable guest, distinguished faculty, my fellow graduates and their families, and my dear friends. It's an honor for an international student like me to be standing here today as your representative. So a big thank you to my cohort and GSBS for this opportunity and recognition. First and foremost, congratulations to all my fellow graduates on your well-deserved success. Such milestones in life need to be celebrated, especially when they have been achieved during the year of pandemic. And talking about COVID-19 today on behalf of the graduating class of 2021, and through this platform, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to all our frontline workers here at UMass and around the globe, all the doctors, nurses, staff, volunteers, and everybody else who went above and beyond to make sure that we stayed safe and healthy. Thank you for your unconditional service. We owe this celebration to you, and you all deserve a big round of applause. And now my graduating class of 2021. Today, as we celebrate you and your achievements, I want you all to reflect upon your journeys, your inspiration, and your purpose that has brought you so far. While we may have started our PhDs together and had similar goals in front of us, we all had our own distinct journeys, and that makes our commencement special. We all have our own unique stories to share, and I firmly believe that scientific community as a whole gains and flourishes when our stories are heard. I came to UMass in 2014 with big dreams, a lot of excitement, and was full of nervous energy because for the very first time, I was leaving behind my family, my friends, and my home, Mumbai. I still vividly remember my very first day of orientation when I met my fellow classmates and explored the corridors of UMass, and somehow instantly felt at peace. Because deep within my heart, I knew I was at the right place, a place I was going to call home for the next few years. While I'm still passionate about science and the research that I do, my passion only got its real purpose towards the end of my first year, when I unfortunately lost my uncle to cancer. The pain of never being able to see the person you love and admire the most, the helplessness of not being there for them when they need you the most. I went through it all. But this agony made me realize and appreciate one thing, and that was the opportunity I finally had as a PhD student here at UMass. It gave me a new perspective and opened my eyes to the various avenues UMass presented me through its biomedical science research program. More than ever, I recognize the need for further advancement in scientific research, medical know-how, and the impact it could have on the millions of lives around the globe. I'm sure, just like me, many of you have had similar life-changing experiences that must have personally motivated you to pursue your PhDs. As we all embarked upon our quest for scientific knowledge, we were often met with numerous challenges, weren't we? Be it our coursework, choosing the right lab, getting over the dreaded qualifying exam, choosing the right thesis project, picking up our thesis committee, giving the first departmental talk, all the way up to defending our thesis research. We faced it all. And here we are today, basking in the glory, having crossed the finish line after enduring countless struggles, failed hypotheses, numerous failed experiments, sleepless nights, anxiety, and our emotional and mental breakdowns. We all fought our own fears and learned that PhD was not going to be a bed of roses. Our PhD journey was a roller coaster. We had many ups and downs, but we all prevailed. As students, we often fought self-doubt, self-isolation, and questioned ourselves and asked, was PhD the right choice? But we walked shoulder to shoulder and helped each other along the way. And today, here we sit as an expert in our field, as an example of what passion, curiosity, hard work, and determination can achieve, and a true testament to the fact that fire is the test of gold and adversity of a strong person, a strong character. Today, apart from our degree, there is something else that each one of us has earned, and that is the knowledge that we can do difficult things no matter the circumstances. Whatever challenge comes our way, we know we will find a solution, and that feeling will always stay with us. Right from the day we entered UMass till now, we have all grown not just as researchers, but have evolved as individuals. We all should be proud of the fact that it was through our diligence and dedication that today the world is one step closer to knowing the unknown. Our contributions to science will not only pave the way for new research, but will also inspire the coming generations of scientists. However, we must remember that PhD not only has brought us a lot of admiration, but has come with a greater sense of responsibility. The responsibility that we have towards our communities, which would want us to look beyond our own personal bias, our nationality, race, culture, and gender, with only one goal, and that is the betterment of humankind. Our actions today will shape the future of tomorrow and lay the path for new scientific discoveries. Today, when we stand with our head held high next to our peers from the medical and the nursing school, we must remember that the onus is on us to not only champion for science, but also aim for greater diversity and inclusion in science, and strive to inform, educate, and inspire the people around us, especially the young minds. From today, each one of us will be an official science ambassador, and the world will be keenly watching us. While you all may remember the year 2020-21 as the year that tested your patience, your resilience, and your courage, let it also remind you that vaccines, a true scientific intervention, was our only hope for survival during this gruesome pandemic. As graduate students, today what may feel like an end is in fact just a new beginning. From now on, the world will be your oyster, and I can't wait to witness what great heights you all achieve. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you all the very best for a brighter future. Enjoy your day with your loved ones. Thank you and congratulations.
Chancellor Collins, I have the honor to present the candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the Masters of Science in Clinical Investigation and the Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences degrees.
Will the candidates please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon each of you the degree recommended by the faculty of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences. In accordance with usual custom, you as individuals are entitled to all the rights and privileges which pertain to this degree here and elsewhere. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences 2021 graduates. The academic hoods that you will soon adorn are replete with symbolism. The hoods serve as a visual representation of your academic achievement and the biomedical sciences degrees to which you have successfully earned. Most importantly, your hoods signify the culmination of your graduate studies and your transition from students to colleagues. I would ask all of the graduates in the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences to stand and, in the presence of all those who are gathered today, don your academic hoods. We welcome you to the science profession as our newest colleagues. Please be seated. Will Doctors Kendall Knight and Ann Larkin please come forward for the awarding of the Masters of Science in Clinical Investigation degree?
Will Dr. Jerome Allison, Professor and Chair of Population and Quantitative Health Sciences, please stand, if you're here. A Master of Science in Clinical Investigation degree is awarded to Nisha Megan Fahey, mentor Dr. Jerome Allison. Epidemiology and characteristics of pediatric COVID-19 cases among UMass Memorial healthcare patients. To the mentors of the GSBS PhD graduates this year, would you please stand when your mentee's name is noted? Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences degrees are awarded to Dr. Elizabeth Ann Allen, mentor Dr. Eric Barricky. Identification of a myotubularin-related phosphatase that regulates autophagic flux and lysosome homeostasis. Dr. Ankit Bhatta, mentor Dr. Kate Fitzgerald. Role of mitochondrial micropeptide in regulating innate immune responses. Dr. Anne Elizabeth Carlisle, mentor Dr. Do-Hoon Kim. Exploring the role of selenocysteine biosynthesis enzyme CEF-S2 in cancer. Dr. Francinio G. Clark, mentor Dr. Lisa Celine. Coevolution and cross-reactivity of influenza A and Epstein-Barr virus CD8 TCR repertoires with increasing age. Dr. Pamela Cote Hammerloff, mentor Dr. Daniel Bolin. Investigating evolutionary innovation in yeast heat shock protein 90. Dr. Ravati A. Darp, mentor Dr. Craig Seal. Insights into the role of oncogenic BRAF in tetraploidy and melanoma initiation. Dr. Neha Diwanji, mentor Dr. Andreas Bergman. Role of tissue microenvironment in recruiting macrophages during apoptosis-induced proliferation. Dr. Rita Reale Fagan, mentor Dr. Haley Malikian. RIT2-dependent dopamine transporter endocytosis, intrinsic mechanism and in vivo impact. Dr. Jeremy Tyler Florman, mentor Dr. Mark Alkema. Neuroendocrine modulation of complex behavior and physiology in C. elegans. Dr. Kyle James Foster, mentor Dr. Reed Pukila-Worley. Regulation of innate immunity in the C. elegans intestine by olfactory neurons. Dr. Raed Ibrahim, mentor Dr. Eric Sontheimer. Genome engineering goes viral, repurposing of adeno-associated viral vectors for CRISPR-mediated in vivo genome engineering. Dr. Kusik Kim, mentor Dr. Jeremy Luban. HIV-1 evasion of human TRIM5 alpha via cyclophilin A. Dr. Juyong Lee, mentor Dr. Eric Sontheimer. Anti-CRISPR proteins, applications in genome engineering. Dr. Heather Starr Loring, mentors Dr. Paul Thompson and Dr. Celia Schiffer. Insights into the role of SARM1 in pathological neuron death. Dr. Soki Lee, mentor Dr. Anastasia Kavorova, investigating the role of mutant Huntington mRNA in Huntington's disease. Dr. Sumit Nayak, mentor Dr. Sharon Cantor, translation synthesis-mediated replication gap suppression, a cancer vulnerability. Dr. Devin Blair Oliver, mentor Dr. Michael Francis, constructing and maintaining the nervous system, molecular insights underlying neuronal architecture, synaptic development, and synaptic maintenance in C. elegans. Dr. Sierra Brittany Smith, mentor Dr. David Weaver. It's about time, monitoring the circadian clock from a Cree-dependent reporter.
Will all the graduates of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences please rise and be recognized? It is my privilege now to invite Campus Provost and Dean of the School of Medicine, Dr. Terence Slott, to the lectern. Provost Slott.
Thank you, Chancellor. It's now my honor to introduce the class of 2021 class speaker for the School of Medicine. The class speaker was chosen by his colleagues to speak to them and for them about their most unique experiences over the past year and through their entire journey here at UMass. It's my pleasure now to introduce to you Benjamin Parker Cook.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's pretty hot out there, so I'll try and keep this quick. I want to start with a big thank you to the faculty from all three schools. You guys are all amazing, and we really appreciate you. I apologize, my voice is a little hoarse. We've had a really good senior week this past week. Thank you, Bod. I want to give a sincere welcome to the family and friends who are here with us today in person and online. There's no way I would have made it through these past 4 years without the support of my loved ones, and I suspect I'm not alone. So a big thank you to everyone who has spurred us on when we were feeling down or stuck. We genuinely couldn't have done it without you. Now, I don't know about my fellow classmates, but I simultaneously feel like I've been in med school for at least a decade and that I just arrived yesterday all at the same time. These past few years have been a roller coaster. I think it all started when we were woken up at 6 a.m. at Mo, our pre-orientation trip in Maine, to some loud, yet beautiful, but mostly loud bagpipes by our esteemed peer Garrick. Rolling out of our tent to a serene lake with the mountains, just with the sun peeking over the mountains, was, in hindsight, the perfect introduction to medical school. Jolting you awake, a skosh, frustrated and irritable, but all the while amazingly beautiful. During first year, we spent hours in the anatomy lab, tediously dissecting every part of the body, but got to experience that amazing satisfaction of reverse scissoring the brachial plexus and seeing the nerves weave seamlessly through the upper arm. All right, maybe we didn't do that, but we saw somebody do it. During second year, we all, 100% of us, passed step one. Woo! But arguably more impressive, we hosted a banger class show, big shout out to Molly Griffin, which, while being a lot of work, brought out the creative geniuses in all of us. Remember, size of your Anki deck does not matter. In third year, we got to experience and sometimes partake in life-changing discussions with our patients, both for better and for worse. We also occasionally got lost in the hospital and got accidentally ditched by our teams when we scooted to the bathroom. This past year, we had our world turned upside down by COVID, exposing significant flaws in our healthcare system and society as a whole. but we also got to be there for patients when their family members weren't allowed to be. A true privilege. As we move on from medical school and start the next chapter of our careers, I want us all to think of a resident we really enjoyed working with. Take a second and think of someone. They probably felt joy in the work that they were doing. They were likely compassionate to patient, students, and their fellow residents alike. They may have lent a helping hand to someone on their team who was struggling. They were probably excited for you and your successes and supported you in your challenges. They undoubtedly took the time to teach you, striving to help you become the best doctor you could be. Hopefully, they also let you go when there was no more work to be done, giving you some time to study, grocery shop, exercise, or just breathe and binge watch Netflix. Whatever they did to make an impression, I'm willing to bet that they had a positive impact on their environment, changing it for the better. This is the person we need to think of when we're on nights carrying 3 different teams' pagers, overwhelmed and exhausted. Not too long ago, we were those clueless med students, mustering all the strength to be friendly yet professional, bearing the burden of constantly being evaluated. It's our time to show some empathy, be willing to teach them, and occasionally make their day by letting them go a little early. And more than anything, we must try to be a positive change in every environment in which we find ourselves. It has been a true privilege to share these formative years with you all. I am optimistic that each one of us can make the world of medicine and the world at large a little bit better. And I believe that it is our duty to do just that. I am excited to see where these next steps of our journey take us all. And I'm immensely proud to be a part of the graduating class seated here today. And remember, as Dr. Kimienti always says, never worry alone. Lean on your future colleagues, residents, and always, always feel free to reach out to your UMass family. Now, let's go and make the world a better place. Thank you.
Chancellor Collins, I have the honor to present to you the candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Medicine.
Will the candidates please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Medicine as recommended by the faculty of the School of Medicine. In accordance with usual custom, you as individuals are entitled to all the rights and privileges which pertain to this degree here and elsewhere. Congratulations.
Each year we have the privilege of awarding degrees to a small and special group of learners who have successfully completed the combined MD-PhD degree program. This community of scholars spans our School of Medicine and Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences, and this year's graduating class includes 11 MD-PhD graduates. To these young physician scientists, the doe hoods you're about to don have a storied history in academia, representing your achievement of both of your biomedical sciences and medical degrees. And, again, very importantly, representing the transition from student to colleague. I would ask our 11 MD-PhD graduates to stand and, in the presence of all who are gathered here today, don your academic hoods. We welcome you to the medical and science professions as our newest physician scientists. Now will Doctors Lane, Knight, and Larkin please come forward for the awarding of the combined MD PhD degrees.
As noted by Provost Flott, today we have the honor of awarding degrees to 11 graduates who have completed the requirements for the combined MD-PhD degree. Will the MD-PhD mentors please stand as the name of your mentee is called? Dr. Jan Tomas Sherminsky, mentor Dr. Jean Lawrence. Modeling Down syndrome neurodevelopment with dosage compensation. Dr. Amir Elemi, mentor Dr. Arthur Mercurio. The convergence of VEGF neuropilin and YAP-TAZ signaling promotes stem-like traits and DNA repair in breast cancer. Dr. Ariane Priscila Garcia Gonzalez. Mentor, Dr. Marion Walhut. Caenorhabditis elegans as a model for host microbe drug interactions. Dr. Barry Allen Kriegsman, mentor Dr. Kenneth Rock, elucidating the roles of novel genes in MHC1 presentation. No. Dr. Asia Naomi Matthew Onabanjo. Mentor Dr. Leslie Shaw. Novel insight into the autophagy-independent functions of Beclin-1 in tumor growth. Dr. Zachary John Millstone. Mentor Dr. Shinmei Trivedi. Histone deacetylase 1 and 2 are essential for early cardiac development. Dr. Michael Joseph Percaro. Mentor Dr. Ziping Wang. Analysis, visualization, and machine learning of epigenomic data. Dr. Jacob Edwin Schrum. Mentor Dr. Douglas Gollenbach. Pathways involved in recognition and induction of trained innate immunity by Plasmodium falciparum. Dr. Ankur Sheel. Mentor Dr. Wen Zhu. Identification of essential genes in hepatocellular carcinomas using CRISPR screening. Dr. Apurv Soni. Mentor Dr. Jerome Allison. Trends, predictors, and consequences of child undernutrition in India. Dr. James Pennick Strassner. Mentor, Dr. John Harris. The role of interferon gamma in melanocyte clearance during vitiligo.
It gives me great pleasure to now transition to the hooding of our School of Medicine graduates and the awarding of the Doctor of Medicine degrees. I now invite Vice Provost for Student Life and Enrollment Management, Dr. Sonia Chimenti, to the podium to introduce our learning communities.
For several years now, medical education here has taken place in small communities comprised of students from all 4 years of medical school. Our original 5 learning communities, known as houses, were named after Worcester neighborhoods to remind us of our school's connection with the community. Students in these learning community houses are mentored by faculty who closely follow their academic progress and professional development. As Chancellor Collins alluded to in his earlier remarks, 4 years ago, we partnered with colleagues at Bay State Medical Center to create our first regional campus in Springfield, and we added a 6th house to our Learning Communities program. That learning community, in keeping with our tradition at the Worcester campus, is named after a neighborhood in Springfield. Today, for the first time, our graduates in the class of 2021 represent all 6 of our learning communities. Given the importance of the learning communities in the lives and education of our School of Medicine graduates, we will be hooding and awarding the MD degrees by house. As has been conveyed to your fellow class of 2021 graduates, the academic hoods that you will soon adorn are replete with symbolism. The hoods serve as visual representations of your academic achievement and the medical degrees you have successfully earned. Most importantly, your hoods signify the culmination of your undergraduate medical education and your transition from student to colleague. As this is the first year we will be awarding degrees to UMMS Bay State graduates, we will begin with Brightwood House. Will Provost Flott and Regional Executive Dean Artenstein please come forward for the awarding of the Doctor of Medicine degrees? Will the graduates and mentors of Brightwood House please stand at this time? Graduates of Brightwood House, I now invite you to don your academic hood in the presence of all who are gathered here today. We welcome you to the medical profession as our newest physician colleagues. Brightwood House, Head of House and Mentor, Dr. Samuel Borden. Mentors, Dr. Eric Churchill, Dr. Elizabeth Eagleson, Dr. Jacqueline Wu. Doctor of Medicine degrees are awarded to Dr. Kirsten Linnea Lee. Dr. Caleb Justin Noon. Dr. Afua Adoma Nti. Dr. Kevin Jerome White, Jr. Dr. Amanda Lindsay Whitehouse. Dr. Colton Michael Conrad. Dr. Wendy S. Ma. Dr. Catherine Elizabeth Norman. Dr. Ale Rajani Shah. Dr. Purnima Manikantan. Dr. Elizabeth Courtney McGovern. Dr. Daniel Ray Wenzel. Dr. Andrew Boylan. Dr. Juliana Dixon. Dr. Laura Elizabeth Lehrman Schwartz. Will the graduates and mentors of Blackstone House please stand at this time? Graduates of Blackstone House, I now invite you to don your academic hood in the presence of all who are here today. We welcome you to the medical profession as our newest physician colleagues. Blackstone House, Head of House and Mentor, Dr. Michael Ennis. Mentors, Dr. Jerry Durbin, Dr. Cynthia Ennis, Dr. Sharmali Koretz, Dr. Hugh Silk. Doctor of Medicine degrees are awarded to Dr. Jesse Joseph Feyerabend Peters. Dr. Andrew Gusev. Dr. Barbara Ann Jones Holloway. Dr. Harsha Kumar. Dr. Lauren J. Markov. Dr. Victoria Irene Preet. Dr. Monica Mariam Tawadros. Dr. Alan Shea. Dr. Desmond James Bennett. Dr. Colette Louise Busser. Dr. Anna Maria Gubala. Dr. Garen Sahag Kroshen. Dr. Adam Joseph Resnick. Dr. Vanessa Nicole Villamarin. Dr. Eric S. Borges. Dr. Elizabeth Chan. Dr. Michael Chepanosky. Dr. Sardis Honoria Harward. Dr. Alexander F. Schmidt. Dr. Afshin Sharifzadeh. Dr. Palak Walia. Dr. Sungju Jackie O. Dr. Helen Suchi Tien. Dr. Osemege Anabulele Jr. Dr. Samuel Clay Fountain. Dr. Colleen Kenny Gable. Dr. Nicole Tiao Hayes. Dr. Shushmita Hawk. Dr. Olivia Gilman Malari. Dr. Jennifer Selland. Will the graduates and mentors of Burncoat House please stand at this time? Graduates of Burncoat House, I now invite you to don your academic hood in the presence of all who are gathered here today. We welcome you to the medical profession as our newest physician colleagues. Burncoat House, head of house and mentor, Dr. David Hayden. Mentors, Dr. Jennifer Bram, Dr. Lisa Gussack, Dr. Matthew McGinnis, Dr. Jennifer Moody, Dr. Peggy Wu. Doctor of Medicine degrees are awarded to Dr. Blake David Foster, Dr. Nolan Jeremiah New, Dr. Maria Pulaski, Dr. John G. Shukri Rubil, Dr. Kim Rogel Winokur, Dr. Ugert Bango, Dr. Abigail Suprova Bose, Dr. Peyton Morse Walton, Dr. Craig Kieran Norton, Dr. Kathleen Lee Zhu, Dr. Peter Dokang Choi. Dr. Caroline Chen Corbin. Dr. Tess Margaret Curran. Dr. Marie Christine Hydro. Dr. Rohit Kumar Madgal. Dr. Cameron Grant Thompson. Dr. Amy Elizabeth Albright. Dr. Ethan Jardina Burke. Dr. Nadia Eshraghi. Dr. Jonathan Kasira. Dr. Daniel David Knockreiner. Dr. Ana Melissa Ray Santos. Dr. Benjamin Parker Cook. Dr. Nora Bridget Feeney. Dr. Cindy Ha. Dr. Vanessa Lee. Dr. Scott Gordon Place. Dr. Jason L. Schaefer. Dr. Madeline Louise Fryer. Dr. Melinda Evelyn Futron. Dr. Abhilash Gazula. Dr. Elka Skipani Bailey. Dr. Michelle Rose Shabo. Dr. Adam Frederick Whiteley. Will the graduates and mentors of Kelly House please stand at this time? Graduates of Kelly House, I now invite you to don your academic hood in the presence of all who are gathered here today. We welcome you to the medical profession as our newest physician colleagues. Kelly House, Head of House and Mentor, Dr. Philip Fournier. Mentors, Dr. Angela L. Beeler, Dr. Gary Blanchard, Dr. James Broadhurst, Dr. Nidhi Chojar. Doctor of Medicine degrees are awarded to Dr. Megan Rose Hickey, Dr. Susan Manimaleth Jacob, Dr. Avina Joshi, Dr. Cole Henry Martins, Dr. Oyan Perkayasta, Dr. Shani Aharon, Dr. Andrew Lucho Bakari, Dr. Martha Rose Gawaski, Dr. Timothy Kevin O'Malley, Dr. Rose L. Schutzberg, Dr. Danielle Karina Stamer, Dr. Divya Bhatia, Dr. Peter Joshua DaCosta, Dr. Olivia Grocott. Dr. Nicholas J. Hebda. Dr. Alexander K. Pankratov. Dr. Ryan Davidson Barrett. Dr. Julia Burkle. Dr. Laura Joan Burns. Dr. Pooja Gupta. Dr. Hannah Morris Hammond. Dr. Ailish Megan Hanley. Dr. Lindsay Catherine McCormick. Dr. Brooke Lyman Moore. Dr. Kevin Skyer. Dr. Brielle Olivia Tischler. Will the graduates and mentors of Quinsigamond House please stand at this time? Graduates of Quinsigamond House, I now invite you to don your academic hood in the presence of all who are gathered here today. We welcome you to the medical profession as our newest physician colleagues. Quinsigamond House, Head of House and Mentor, Dr. Diane Blake. Mentors, Dr. Aaron Barlow, Dr. Lou Ireland, Dr. Zun Wangu, Dr. Laura Hallett. Doctor of Medicine degrees are awarded to Dr. John Mark Austin, Dr. Molly Elizabeth Griffin, Dr. Robert Douglas Goober, Dr. Christina Lindahl Lewis, Dr. Hannah Lynn, Dr. Kevin Fitzpatrick O'Sullivan, Dr. Connor Patrick Robinson, Dr. Maria Abraham, Dr. Alicia Brunel, Dr. Christina M. Dieppe, Dr. Julian Christian Goding, Dr. Joseph Reed O'Keefe, Dr. Kurt Samuel Schultz, Dr. Alyssa Elaine Stetson, Dr. Laura Galley Thurber, Dr. Brittany Marie Dacier, Dr. Kelsey Gretchen Jones, Dr. Veronica Ann Pace, Dr. Aniket N. Pandya, Dr. Robert Francis Daly, Dr. Ellen Bailey Franciosi, Dr. Kevin Hong, Dr. Julia Lee Jennings, Dr. Olivia Carces. Dr. Richard Michael Moschella. Dr. Catherine Anais Sadanyans. Will the graduates and mentors of Tatnuk House please stand at this time? Graduates of Tatnuk House, I now invite you to don your academic hood in the presence of all who are gathered here today. We welcome you to the medical profession as our newest physician colleagues. Tatnuk House, Head of House and Mentor, Dr. Christine McGinnis. Mentors, Dr. Pang Yen Fan, Dr. Timothy Gibson, Dr. Thomas Halpin, Dr. James Ledwith, Dr. Stacy Weisberg. Graduating with both an MD and an MBA through our dual degree program with the UMass Lowell Manning School of Business, Dr. Arnav Chandra. Doctor of Medicine degrees are awarded to Dr. Lucinda Chu, Dr. Zeidel Brown Eichenberg, Dr. Wasi Kamran, Dr. Kara Jean Kennedy, Dr. Mark David Polinick, Dr. Hannah Louise Say, Dr. Kyle Thistle, Dr. Neely Sharon Amir, Dr. Keaton T. Cameron Burr, Dr. Christine Marie Hebert, Dr. Nicholas Keating Leonard.
Here we go, Nick.
Dr. Matthew E. Schumann. Dr. Tracy Zhang. Dr. Douglas D. Cho. Dr. Lindsay Marie Crowley. Dr. Abraham Lin. Dr. Maria Eugenia dos Santos Navarro. Dr. Leanne Pauline Andrica. Dr. Julia Elise Oppenheimer. Dr. Benjamin Tannenbaum. Dr. Philip Gabriel McNamara. Dr. Megan Malloy. Dr. Jessica Marie Perry. Dr. Michelle Teague. Dr. John Woodward.
Will all the graduates of the School of Medicine please rise and be recognized?
Throughout history, new physicians have taken an oath, a sworn pledge, a promise to their current and future patients and to society to always act in their best interests, to treat all, each and every human being, equitably with respect for their well-being and their autonomy as persons. The class of 2021 has written their own oath that beautifully describes this promise. A writing group convened earlier this semester, working with the entire class to create an oath that reflects their unique experiences and commitment to the field of medicine. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the students who served on the oath writing committee. Divya Bhatia, Madeline Fryer, Martha Gowaski, Molly Griffin, Hannah Hamad, Catherine Norman, Catherine Sedanians, James Strassner, Brielle Tischler. At this time, I would like to invite Catherine Sedanians and Catherine Norman to come forward to lead the class in the recitation of the oath. I also invite all physicians in the audience to stand with the class of 2021 and join them in reciting their oath. The oath can be found on page 15 of your program.
May I always hold close the original inspirations that brought me here, for it is a gift to care for, support, and educate my patients along their life journey.
May I be compassionate and always endeavor to reduce suffering. May I never see in my patient anything but a fellow human in pain.
May I abstain from all intentional harm and actively oppose indifference. May I advocate for my patients, fight injustice, and challenge inequity for all.
May I always be cognizant of the weight that my voice will carry, for it is my duty to amplify the voices of patients in need.
May I embrace camaraderie and mentorship in my practice of medicine. I will continue to foster unity among all those caring for patients.
May I hold on to my curiosity for knowledge and growth, for medicine is a pursuit of lifelong learning and inquiry.
May I remain strong, dedicated, and resilient. I will embrace my humanity and live in balance, remembering I am a person too.
May I never lose sight of this noble profession and my duty to public service. Here I am ready for my vocation, and now I turn unto my calling.
Thanks for doing that.
May be seated for just one more second. Let me begin by thanking your fellow classmate and commencement vocalist, Dr. Cole Martins, for his inspiring version of Star Spangled Banner. I'd like to express my gratitude to Worcester State University President Barry Maloney and his entire team here on campus, most especially Mike McKenna, Director of Conference and Event Services, for giving us this wonderful venue to celebrate together. And let me thank all of you who joined us today for this tremendous display of support for our newly minted graduates. Your presence matters, and we're most grateful to have you here to celebrate the accomplishments of our class of 2021 members. When we were planning for the event, you may not know that we had to come here this year because the entire campus is dug up for our new building, and we knew we had to go somewhere, and then we wanted to be outside. So we asked for a sunny day. Well, we got the day right, but they got the temperature wrong. I'm sorry for that. But it's better than if it were last weekend. It would have been 50 and pouring rain and very windy, and that would have been awful. I would kindly ask all of our attendees to please remain in your seats until the platform party, faculty, and graduates have recessed out.
our graduates will be able to return to the field to join their families and friends and to take pictures on the stage. And now, I hereby declare the 48th Annual Commencement Exercises of the University of Massachusetts Medical School closed. Congratulations.
Thank you all. Well done.